Hello, welcome to the English Habit. I'm Lucy, and I'm so happy you're here. This video is for beginner learners. Today, I'm talking with my friend Nora about her favorite music and dance vibes. It's slow and easy, so use the pictures to help. Let's begin. Nora, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Nora. Nice to meet everyone. I'm 23 years old from Seattle, Washington, in the United States. I work as a librarian at a community library, and I love music.
Seattle sounds awesome. Thanks, Nora. Let's talk more. Okay, Nora, let's start with your favorite music. What's a kind of music you love to listen to? Maybe something you play often, and why is it so special to you?
I love indie folk music. I listen to it almost every day, especially when I'm at home or walking to work. It's music with soft guitars, calm voices, and stories in the lyrics. My favorite band is the Lumineers because their songs feel like a cozy blanket. I play their album on my phone, and it makes me happy whether I'm cooking or reading. I started listening in high school when I found a song called Ho Hey, and it stuck with me. It's special because it reminds me of quiet moments, like sitting by a window on a rainy Seattle day. I love how the music feels real, like someone's telling you their life. I made a playlist with other bands, like Of Monsters and Men, and I listen on my commute, which is about 20 minutes. The library where I work is quiet, so I play it softly there too, when I'm shelving books. In summer, I go to folk concerts in parks, and the music sounds even better outside, with people singing along. In winter, I listen at home, maybe with tea, because it warms me up. I think indie folk is like a friend, because it's there when I'm sad or excited. I've learned some lyrics by heart, and I sing them when no one's around, like in the shower. I even tried playing guitar once because of this music, but it was hard, so I just listen. For now, I love sharing songs with my friends, and we talk about what they mean. Every song feels like a little adventure, taking me to mountains or small towns in my mind.
That sounds so relaxing, Nora. I'm adding the Lumineers to my list. What about another kind of music? Maybe something you discovered somewhere else or love for a different reason?
I got into Latin pop when I visited Miami 2 years ago. It's so different from folk, all bright and dancy, with beats that make you move. I stayed with my aunt, and she played artists like Shakira and J Balvin all the time. We went to a cafe in Miami, and they had live music with drums and singing in Spanish. I didn't understand the words, but the energy was amazing, like a party. I ate empanadas and watched people dance, and I wanted to join in. I bought a CD there, which I still play in my car. The song Hips Don't Lie was my favorite because it's fun and makes me smile. Now I listen to Latin pop when I'm cleaning my apartment or feeling tired because it gives me energy. I learned a few Spanish words like bailar for dance, and I try to sing along even if I mess up. In Seattle, I found a dance class with Latin music, and I went a few times moving to the rhythm. It was hard, but I laughed a lot. Miami's music felt like sunshine, and it changed how I see music because it showed me how songs can make everyone happy, no matter where they're from. I love mixing it with my folk playlist because it's like having calm and wild in one day. I want to go back to Miami and hear more, maybe at a festival with lights and food. That trip made music bigger for me because it's not just sound, it's a place and a feeling. I keep pictures from my baby, and when I hear Latin pop, I'm back in that cafe, tasting coffee and dancing in my head.
Wow, Nora, Latin pop sounds like a blast. I can feel the energy. Let's talk about dance. What's a kind of dance you love or do, and how did you get into it?
I love swing dancing because it's fun and a little old-fashioned. I do it maybe once a month at a community center in Seattle where they have dance nights. It's a dance with partners where you spin and step to fast music like jazz from the 1940s. I got into it because my library hosted a dance event last year and I tried it with a friend. We were terrible at first stepping on toes, but we couldn't stop laughing. The music was so lively with trumpets and drums, and I felt like I was in a movie. I took a beginner class after that, learning moves like the Lindy Hop where you swing out and twirl. I'm not great, but I love it because it's like flying when you get it right. I wear sneakers and a skirt because you need to move fast. My favorite part is dancing with different people because everyone's learning and we cheer each other on. I practice at home sometimes, watching videos and stepping around my living room, though I bump into furniture. It's exercise, but it doesn't feel like it because I'm smiling the whole time. I like how swing dance connects to history, like people danced it long ago, and now I'm part of it. I've made friends at the dance nights. We talk about music or grab coffee after. In summer, there's an outdoor dance by the water and it's magical with lights and cool air. I want to get better, maybe learn a new move like a dip where your partner holds you. Swing dancing makes me brave because I'm shy, but when I dance, I forget that. It's my happy place where I can be silly and free, and I'll keep going as long as I can step to the beat.
That sounds so cool, Nora. I want to try swing dancing now. What's a dance or music vibe you dream of exploring? Maybe somewhere new or a style you've never tried?
My big dream is to learn salsa dancing in Cuba. I saw salsa in a movie, and it's so smooth with fast steps and spins to Latin music, like the pop I heard in Miami. I want to go to Havana because that's where salsa is big with colorful streets and live bands. I'd take a class in a small studio, with a teacher showing me how to move my hips and feet. I'd learn with other beginners, probably laughing when I trip, but I'd keep trying. The music would have drums and guitars, and I'd feel it in my bones. I'd dance at night in a plaza where people gather and eat Cuban food like rice and beef. To keep my energy up, I'd buy a bright dress, maybe red, to wear while dancing, because I saw pictures of dancers looking so happy. I'd visit clubs to watch experts, learning how they turn and smile. I'd stay for weeks, dancing every day, and learn Spanish words like musica and gracias. To talk to people, I'd bring a notebook to write about the rhythms and sketch at the dancers because I draw sometimes. Salsa in Cuba would feel like a fire, warm and alive, and I'd carry that energy home. Another dream is singing jazz in New Orleans because I love jazz from swing dancing. I'd go to a music club and learn to sing with a band, maybe songs like Summertime. I'd walk streets with trumpets playing, eating beignets, which are sweet pastries. New Orleans looks soulful, and I'd try scat singing, where you make sounds, not words. I'd practice in a small bar with people clapping, even if I'm nervous. Cuba and New Orleans are my dreams, but I'd explore music anywhere with a beat and a story. Music and dance are like breathing. They keep me going, and I want to learn every style, from salsa to jazz, and share the joy with everyone I meet.
This was so fun, Nora. Now I want to hear your questions. What do you want to ask me?
Lucy, it's this a music you love?
I love pop music. I listen to artists like Dua Lipa, and it's so catchy and fun.
Nice. What sips a dance dream?
I'd love to learn tango in Argentina. I'd dance with a partner in a Buenos Aires hall, moving to slow music.
That sounds great. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you, Nora. Everyone, like and subscribe to The English Habit. New videos every day. Bye. Hello, welcome back to The English Habit. I'm Lucy, and I'm thrilled you're here for part 2. This video is for beginner learners, and we're continuing our chat with my friend Nora about her favorite music and dance vibes. It's slow and clear, so use the pictures to help. Nora, ready for more?
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora, and yes, I'm excited. Music and dance are my favorites, so let's keep going.
Great. Let's dive back in with more questions. Okay, Nora, we talked about indie folk and swing dancing last time. Let's explore another favorite, music. What's a type of music you love? Maybe for a different mood or occasion? And why does it mean so much to you?
Really love classic rock for when I'm feeling energetic or want to have fun. I play it a lot on weekends, maybe when I'm cleaning my apartment or driving around Seattle. It's music with loud guitars and strong voices like the Beatles or Queen. My favorite song is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen because it's so wild with soft parts and big moments. I listen to it on my speakers and I sing along even if I'm off key. I got into classic rock because my dad used to play it when I was a kid. We'd drive to the grocery store and he'd turn up songs like Sweet Home Alabama telling me stories about concerts he went to. Now, when I hear those songs, it's like he's with me even though he lives across town. I love how classic rock feels free, like you're on a road trip with the windows down. I made a playlist with bands like the Rolling Stones and Fleetwood Mac, and I play it when friends come over. We dance in my living room, not caring how we look, just jumping and laughing. In summer, I take my music to the park, sitting on a blanket with a picnic, and classic rock makes it feel like a party. In winter, I play it to cheer up because Seattle's gray and the music's like sunshine. I went to a classic rock cover band show once and the crowd was singing every word, which was so cool. I think this music's special because it's old but still alive, connecting me to my dad and to people I've never met. I've tried learning the words to more songs and I hum them at work when I'm shelving books at the library. Classic rock's like a burst of joy and I'll always turn it up loud when I need a lift.
That sounds so fun, Nora. I'm ready to blast some Queen now. What about a music you discovered somewhere special? Maybe on a trip or through someone else?
When I went to New Orleans last year, I fell in love with jazz music. I'd heard a little before, but being there made it real. New Orleans is full of music, and I stayed in a hotel near the French Quarter where bands play on the streets. One night, I walked to a place called Preservation Hall, and a jazz band was playing trumpets, saxophones, and drums. The music was so warm, like it wrapped around you. I stood in the crowd, swaying, and ate a beignet, which is a sweet pastry with powdered sugar. The songs didn't always have words, but they told stories, happy and sad at the same time. I bought a jazz CD from a shop with songs by Louis Armstrong, and I play it at home when I'm relaxed, maybe reading or drawing. In New Orleans, I went to a parade with a brass band, and everyone danced behind them, like a big party. I joined in, moving my feet, even though I didn't know how. My cousin was with me, and we laughed so much, eating gumbo after. Jazz felt alive like the city's heartbeat, and I loved how people of all ages played and listened. Back in Seattle, I found a jazz cafe and went a few times, sipping coffee and hearing soft piano tunes. I learned words like improvise, which means making music up as you go, and I think that's so cool. New Orleans showed me music can be free, not just on a phone but in the air. I want to go back and hear more, maybe at a festival with lights and food. That trip made jazz my new love, because it's not just songs, it's a feeling of being right there, in the moment, with sugar on your fingers and a smile on your face.
Wow, Nora, jazz in New Orleans sounds magical. I'm adding it to my travel list. Let's talk more about dance. What's another dance you enjoy or want to try, and how did you get interested?
I've been curious about tap dancing because it's so different from swing. It's a dance where you wear special shoes with metal bits and you tap your feet to make rhythms, like playing drums with your steps. I haven't done it much, but I tried a class once at a studio in Seattle and it was so fun. The teacher showed us basic steps like shuffles and stamps, and I felt like I was making music. I got interested because I saw a tap show at a theater, with dancers moving fast, their shoes clicking like raindrops. The sound was amazing, and they smiled the whole time like they loved every step. I'm still a beginner, but I practice at home on my kitchen floor, tapping softly so I don't bother my neighbors. I borrowed a pair of tap shoes from a friend and they're shiny and loud. I watch videos online to learn, trying to copy the patterns, though I trip sometimes. Tap dancing's hard because you have to think about your feet and the beat, but it's exciting when you get it right. I like how it's loud and quiet at the same time, depending on how you step. I want to join more classes, maybe once a week, and learn a routine to show my friends. At the library, I found a book about tap history, and it's from the 1920s, which is cool because it feels like time travel. I tried tapping to jazz music, like from New Orleans, and it fits so well, like they're made for each other. I think tap's special because it's not just moving, it's creating sound, and I feel powerful when I do it. I dream of tapping at a small event, maybe with other beginners, just to share the noise and joy. It's my new adventure, and every click makes me want to keep going, even when my feet get tired.
That's so neat, Nora. Tap dancing sounds like a blast. What's a dance or music vibe you dream of diving into? Maybe in a new place or a style you've never explored.
I dream of learning flamenco dancing in Spain. Flamenco's this intense dance from the south of Spain, with fast footwork, flowing skirts, and music from guitars and singing. I saw a video online, and the dancers were so strong, stomping and spinning like they were telling a story with every move. I want to go to Seville, where flamenco's big, and take lessons in a studio with wooden floors and mirrors. I'd learn the steps, like how to stamp and turn my hands, and feel the music, which is sad and happy at once. I'd wear a long dress, maybe black with red flowers, because that's what I saw in pictures and it looks so beautiful. I'd dance in the evening, maybe in a courtyard with lanterns, eating tapas like olives and bread between lessons. I'd visit a flamenco show, watching professionals clap and sing, and I'd try to clap the rhythm too, even if I'm slow. I'd stay for a month, practicing every day, and learn Spanish words like ol for cheering and gracias for thanks. I'd walk through Seville's streets, hearing guitars and seeing dancers, and I'd draw the scenes in my notebook because I sketch sometimes. Flamenco would feel like fire, full of passion, and I'd bring that home to dance for my friends. Another dream is playing drums in Brazil because I love rhythms from tap and jazz. I'd go to Rio de Janeiro for Carnival, where music's everywhere, and learn to play samba drums with a group. I'd join a street parade, banging drums with bright costumes, eating feijoada, a bean stew after. Brazil looks colorful, and I'd try singing Portuguese songs, even if I stumble. Spain and Brazil are my dreams, but I'd chase music and dance anywhere with a beat and a heart. They're like my breath, keeping me alive, and I want to explore every sound and step, from flamenco's stomp to samba's pulse, sharing it all with anyone who listens. Lucy, what sips a dance you love?
I love hip hop. I take classes and move to beats like Cardi B, feeling strong and free.
Cool. What dips a music dream?
I'd love to sing opera in Italy. I'd learn in a Rome theater, hitting high notes with passion.
That sounds amazing. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you, Nora. Everyone, like and subscribe to The English Habit. New videos every Tuesday and Friday. Bye.